Hi guys, so today I want to have a look at the new Beauty Bakerie Fury of the Oven Game of Cones palette. As you can see here, it's still in its packaging, and I want to go ahead and have a look at these shades and swatch some of them for you. The shade that speaks to me the most is Dragon Cone, and it's like a periwinkle blue color. It does swatch beautifully. Another shade that I like is Snow Queen, and I want to swatch it here. And that's a really nice bright green. And maybe another shade that I'm interested in is Cakeless Men, interesting name. And it's not super pigmented, but it's still very pretty on the skin. And another one is called Beats Landing, reminds me of King's Landing. So there's some play on words here. And as you can see, it swatches like this. They're not super duochrome, maybe the first two shades. I want to compare this palette to something else that was recently released, the Lorac palette that also has a purple shade in there, and I want to go ahead and see how their purple compares. So that's nothing like that, nothing like the Game of Cones. There's a new Lime Crime palette that recently got released for their 10th birthday. They have some shades that are mostly shimmers, and the shimmers don't even have colors that are the same as the color in the pan. They're mostly gold shimmers inside. For example, if I went to swatch this purple here, it's mostly like a shimmer that you can barely see. Let's see if I wanted to swatch this color Libra side by side. It's a little bit more pigmented than the Beauty Bakerie, and as you can see, it swatches better. Maybe this blue, perhaps, called Wrapped. It's all right. It's still more colorful than the Beauty Bakerie. Another colorful palette to compare it to is the Decay by Juvia's. And let's have a look at this pink here. And the pink here is almost identical to the Lime Crime, but it's not the same as the Game of Cones palette, which seems to have a different shade of pink. I would say the quality in these Lime Crime palettes that recently got released is not very good. It's almost like the Beetlejuice palette that Hot Topic was selling for cheap. These are colors that look good in the pan, but once you swatch them on the skin, they blend into just gold shimmer. So going back to this Game of Cones palette, let's have a look at some more shades. Let's have a look at the Storm shade. It doesn't really show up much on my skin. I'll try it again. It's barely there. Let's try Cake Stir. Okay, that one had a little bit more of a shimmer. And perhaps try Wild Things. Okay, that's a very dark black. Overall, I wouldn't say this palette is my favorite at all. I would still recommend the Lorac new release Bright Things. Or Shine Bright. This seems to have a lot better pigmentation than I expected. You can compare it to the Beauty Bakerie one. Lorac definitely stands out. Let's try another shade called Fizz. Yeah, Lorac is better, if not the same, than these palettes. Overall, my thoughts on this new Game of Cones palette is it's an alright palette. It's not the most pigmented, but it will be a nice gift for the holidays.